Hi, guys, and welcome back to our podcast. My name is Anisa.
And my name is Manal.
And this is Too Much to Say because...
we always have too much to say.
We really do. We're just getting in the swing of things today. It's been one of those days. Yeah. How are you feeling, Manal?
You know what? This week is weeked.
The week has weeked.
The week has weeked.
Yeah.
It was Saturday, Sunday, it was Friday morning. And
it was something. Especially going after like the Eid break, and then I was like, back to work. Monday. Get to work.
Yeah.
I said, whoa, this is a bit harsh.
All the days, it was like, first it was Tuesday, then it was Sunday, then it was Thursday.
All the days.
It was Wednesday, then it was Friday. I was like, what's happening?
Together.
Everything was just all over the place.
Yeah. I will say that I'm not really 100% today. I should probably say that in the podcast because like I woke up with a stiff neck. And so if you see me being a little bit robotic, guys, it's because, woke up with a stiff neck.
She woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
And Manal's been like, I'm going to crack your neck leave it alone. I want to function properly today. So we're going to figure this out.
But I'm, again, like one of the things I love is our topics.
Yay.
And today's topic is actually...
Today's a bit of an interesting one because it is Men's Mental Health Month, right? Mm-hmm. And so it wouldn't be fair if we didn't actually like talk about it because, it's a big thing,
Absolutely.
I have brothers and uncles and you are a mother of boys and like we have to be like aware and have space for this. And we have like guy friends who we adore. And so it's important to hold space. So today we're going to talk about men's mental health. Now, I was looking because, BuzzFeed, Vibes, Reddit. I love my little research vibes. And I was looking at the craziest thing a man has done to impress a woman. And there's been some crazy stuff, but here's like a couple of stuff that I pulled, right? And I want to tell you all about it. The craziest thing a man has done to impress a woman: told her that I had cancer with only limited time on this planet and that nothing would make it more worthwhile than hanging out with her. How crazy is that? He said he's dying.
Could not be me.
Craziest thing a man has done to impress a woman: I pretended to be someone else just to talk to her. It worked for like 10 days. I want to know who he pretended to be. Did he pretend to be like
Michael Jackson?
That could be Jordan. Could be anyone, really. Craziest thing a man has done to impress a woman: I cleaned up her puke. Mm-mm. Actually, listen, can we start talking? So the craziest thing a man has done to impress a woman, right? I colored my hair red because my crush mentioned in passing that she's into redheads. I think when a woman does her hair like different colors, it's fine. But if a guy colored his hair red, for me.
No, you know what? A for effort.
Really? Yeah.
A for effort. I don't like it, but A for effort.
But
because in my mind, I'm like, if you would color your hair because I like redheads, then what else would you do that you're not comfortable with just for me? And then in 5 days, are you going to come back and say, I did that for you?
Oh, got it. Okay. And then
it's like,
I got it out.
At first, it's like, oh, I really like it. And you're trying to impress me. But then I'm like, I don't know. Today it's hair. Tomorrow.
Okay.
If you're a vegan and you're going to start eating steak for me. And then if we fight, are you going to remind me
that I did that?
Why is it?
Your phone is on silent?
It is.
Is it on silent?
It is.
But how did it make noises?
It's listening.
Listening somewhere else, please. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. The craziest thing a man has done to impress a woman, the last one. I went on a train last minute without a ticket to meet a girl and ended up standing next to the bathroom and sleepily dodging the ticket collector all night. That's probably a UK thing. Because that's peak. If you get caught without your ticket, that's a hefty fine, I'm so happy we don't have that here.
Is it £500?
No, it's like I think more than that now. Cost of living, babe. It's gone higher.
What?
So Manal, what's the craziest thing someone has done to impress you? And let's keep it real. Do we want to share?
Fly me to the moon.
Okay, I forgot for a second. Fly me to the moon. Well, did we get flown out, sis?
We did. It was a birthday gift.
I love this.
It was so thoughtful, actually. To be fair, it was the first time. I think it was the first time. It was in a serious relationship, and it was his birthday gift to me.
Whose birthday was it? Yours?
My birthday.
Oh, okay. Your birthday gift. Yeah,
and he bought me a ticket to.
Where did you guys go?
Italy.
Ooh.
It was
we love us some Italy.
I did. It was gorgeous. I thought it was really it was very thoughtful. I think it made me feel like, these kind of things can happen.
Yeah.
So I think more than anything, it's a reminder that you can be gifted beautiful things.
Yeah.
In a relationship.
Yeah. I love that for
my future husband. I accept
what's it called? The expectations are high. That's cute. I love really that cute. For you.
What's the most, I don't know, special way a man has tried to impress you? Or
I mean, same, flown out. That was a vibe. Do you know what it is for me?
That was nice.
I tell you, yeah. Do you know what it is for me? I feel like I can do a lot by myself. And I think we're very similar in that. I could really just fly myself. I've solo trips, do all of these things, right? For me, it's the gesture of the thing, right? I'll tell you a quick story, real quick. Forget the whole flying me out, blah, 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 right? A great example is I went to a different city, and normally when I go to a different city or go to different places, I like to get a driver. I like to get I'm not really comfortable with public transport so much when I travel abroad, right? So it was nice to go and see a friend. And I was in the passenger seat of the car. Right? So he opened the door, I sat in the passenger seat of the car, and then the whole time I'm really antsy. And he was like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know how to behave in the passenger seat of a car. Yeah, and it's something so small because I'm always driving. I drive to Dubai, I drive to Abu Dhabi, drive always, everywhere I go. Or I'm in the back seat, as a passenger. But I didn't know what to do with myself. It's passenger side.
Fiddling, you're what do I do?
Yeah, I was I don't know what to do because
I even get car sick.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't get car sick, but you get motion sickness.
Motion sickness. So
it was so funny because he was just relax. I didn't even have to think about someone's okay, play the music. Because he was playing all my songs, I didn't even have to think about that. And I was just twiddling my thumbs, looking out the window, just so antsy. So then, when he parked the car, he stopped. He was wait a second. And he got out the car and he opened the door. I was like, listen, it's too much now. Don't do this for me because I don't know how to behave. I'm going to act a fool now. When I go back to Abu Dhabi, I'm going to be listen, I'm not driving anywhere. It sets such a precedent. So it wasn't the thing, but it was the action around someone just genuinely caring for you and doing the little things and letting me just be in my feminine. And that was the biggest thing. I felt because, we're in charge all the time. We're doing all this. We could sit in our masculine so well. I like when someone's no, you know what? Yeah.
I've got this.
I got this.
I think some people sometimes confuse the two as well, which is where we want to be in our feminine energy.
Yeah.
And when we are in our masculine energy and how we say that we, in fact, do appreciate it from the opposite sex, I think it feels it's a combination, right? Because there's the absence of the father, there's the absence of a male figure, then there is you that's carrying the load and the burden, or not even a burden, but just responsibilities and things that you have to do. So it feels nice that for a split second,
for a few days,
that you feel light. And I think that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about how we want to be dependent. We're talking about how it feels nice to have someone gift you these things. And make you feel relax. It's funny. I was watching a podcast just this morning where the guy was women want us to show them the confidence or to exhibit the confidence, to exhibit traits that allow them to be confident in us, which is they want us to show them that they can trust us and that they can be in their feminine energy. So he was basically directing other men, telling them, allow them, remember that whatever, even no matter what stage of the relationship you're in, just remind the woman that is in your presence that she is safe to be in her feminine energy. And I think that's another PSA because we're not saying that's another PSA. We're not saying like every man or whatever, but just for that split second, if it's a male friend, if it's a female friend, I think just be there for, you know.
Yeah, I love that. Because one of my friends said it so beautifully years ago. And he was like, everyone is carrying, if you can imagine everyone's walking and they've got logs, imagine they've got 2 logs and there's weight on here and weight on here. It varies different depending on their lifestyle, right? So he was like, sometimes there's women that you meet and they're just lugging this whole thing and they're like carrying so much. He goes, when I do things for them, it's as if I've just taken that from them and I've just like, give it to me and I've got it, you know? And I was like, that's such a great way to put it because that's literally how it feels sometimes. You just want someone just to fling the shoulder.
Absolutely. I think chivalry.
It's funny because I know what you're talking about. Chivalry. It's needed. It's necessary.
It's really needed.
But let's not like, there's no pressure for people. It's just whoever's got it, whoever's about it is about it. If you're not, you're not.
No, I want to go back to the 70s, 60s where men were like chivalrous. Because
I love that.
I love it. I don't want to fix my car. I can. I do it.
I don't really do that.
I don't want to fill gas. I don't want to carry heavy things. I do it. I'm not saying that I can't do it.
Okay.
But I'd like to know.
I love that for us. Okay, question. How important is men's mental health? And do we as women offer spaces for men to feel safe to discuss how they feel?
I want to hear your opinion.
So I think men's mental health is really important. I've got 5 brothers, 1,001 uncles. You know, just I grew up around like men really just having space in our home with my mom, with my aunts, with my family, just being able to be themselves. And I think it's really important that men have that because, and we have male friends. Some of my bestest friends are actually men and like we'll have conversations and we'll have check-ins. But I think it's important as women that we offer the space for them to do so. I was having a conversation yesterday with a friend and he was like, we have this thing where we say SOS and it's like, we can be so busy, but at SOS, the emoji on WhatsApp, we send it to say like, just checking in, you know, because sometimes, you know, somebody will send a message and you know me, I'm so bad with messages. I am so bad. I'll see a message and I think I replied and I won't. And it's either I reply immediately or I reply 10 days later and there's no in between. So he sends SOSs time to time. And he was like, SOS, are you okay? And I was like, I'm good. Are you okay? He was like, no, but I can't talk about it right now. I'll talk about it on Sunday. Can we talk on Sunday? I said, yeah, but if we want to talk right now, we can. He goes, no. But the fact that he felt like safe to just be like, I need a little bit of, you know, a space to talk. Like I need to express how I feel, but I can't do it now. Just make space for me on Sunday. Now I know on Sunday, I've got a alert on my phone. He's going to call, make sure I be there and make sure I listen to him. I think as a woman, I think it's an honor that he feels safe to do that.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
I think men are so beautiful. Like I admire and I appreciate the presence of like men on this planet, not just for dating and for marrying or friendship, like just because they really do carry historically a lot of responsibility, a lot like in every religion, in every belief system, in every culture. The man is the provider. The man is the one that saved villages and saved religions and saved the responsibility man has always made. Like, of course, don't come for me. Women have also made such a huge impact, but men have also, I think, visually, in like when you look at it visually throughout, you see that the representation of a man is like everything. It's the provider, it's the leader, it's the protector, it's the just every important role is carried by a man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, fair enough. I am very old school, and I think that's fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what they're lacking, or what they're lacking is communities similar to communities that women have.
Yes.
Women have smaller and tighter communities. Women can go for a girls' night, girls' dinner, sleepover. You come over, we all snuggle in bed. Men can't do that. You know, men don't have spaces. Men. I watched a really sad video a few days ago where this guy was like calling his mom and saying like, "Mom, like I'm not okay, Mom, I'm not okay." And then his friend passed by, and his friend was like, "Hey man," like he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm coming. I'm gonna come and play ball." And it was just the way he switched, so sad. And I think that we need to acknowledge that men really do carry these things, and we need to be a safe space for them, and we need to kind of force it. I have done it with a friend of mine. I don't know if he struggles with anything else. He always comforts me, but I said, I just think that I just will put it out there. Don't respond to it, but I just want you to know, because I see certain things, and I don't want to like impose if you don't want me to, but I want you to know that I feel something, and if there is anything you want to talk about, I want you to feel free at any point, anytime, any day to speak to me. And I think we have to create those spaces similar to the spaces that we create
for each other,
as women, that we create for each other. And I would encourage men themselves to also, if they don't have it. I do see, to be fair, a lot more men becoming more aware of their mental health, and the lack of their communities, and the lack of space to be open and talk. So I definitely do see a change, but I will encourage a little bit more. Like there's a lot more podcasts about men's mental health.
Yes.
A lot more like awareness.
But just the spaces.
Yeah. It just hurts. Yeah. You know, because you see it, and you see this like, you know, beautiful natural man, like that's, you know, doing whatever phase of his life. But you see there's a part of him that's a little bit broken. Society's expectations, cultural expectations, religious expectations. So all of this.
And then they've got and keep going, not cry, and not break down.
Not cry. And so I teach, so for my kids, for example, I force them to deal with these feelings. They'd be like, "No, I'm fine." And I'm like, "You're not."
My habibis.
So that's my opinion.
No, it's interesting because the question was like, you know, how important is it? Obviously, it's very important. But like, do we as women offer spaces? Again, I was having another conversation with my friends, and he was like, I asked him, I was like, "Do you think you feel safe when you talk to me about things or when you share things with me?" And he was like, "Honestly, I do." But he was like, "But it took me a while to accept that you are one of those people. You are one of those people I can feel safe with," because he was like, "I've been in situations before where I have either female friends or a girl he's like a woman that he's talking to or whatever that have allowed him to feel safe, and he's shared things and he's opened up and talked about things, whether it's like his personal life or things that, you know, he's lacking or things that he doesn't have. And then somewhere down the line, they throw it in his face. The very thing that he was vulnerable about, the very thing that he was sharing, they threw it back in his face. And he was like, that's what most men are afraid of, is like, don't use what I've shared as a weapon against me when things don't go your way. And it's crazy because I've seen that happen. I've seen it happen a few times. I had a friend years ago, beautiful girl. I wish her all the best. But she used to date this guy. And it was clear as day that he was so in love with her. He was like head over heels, right? But he was a bit short and he was a bit like on the chubbier side. But I swear he loved this woman. And every time they'd like have like a little bit of argument, she'd like put him down in front of us, and like she'd be like, "Oh yeah, you just go somewhere with your little short self," or just say like things. And I used to always say to her, like, stop talking down on this man. Don't do it in front of us. Don't do it to him. Like just these different things. A few months later, they broke up, right? It was toxic, it was whatever, but they broke up. And I bumped into him. And then he was like months later, I bumped into him and I was like, oh, Harry. And he was just glowing and he was just vibing and he was just in his own little, and then he was like, I'm good. I'm in a relationship now and it's just so healthy and I feel so supported and I feel whatever. And then I was like, well, what happened with, you don't want to, he was like, no, because I don't want to be in a space or a situation with someone who just doesn't accept me for who I am. And I remember just like, as women to say that, it's acceptable. If I said to you right now, I don't want to be with a man who doesn't see my value, you'd be like, yes, girl, you better, But to hear a man say that, I was like, I'm proud of you. I love this for you, you know?
Yeah.
And he like visibly, he looked a lot healthier. He looked better. He looked happy,
Man, I think I think all of us there's a part of us that's broken, because to be that person that comes back to use something that you've shared in confidence with you, because I almost want to say don't share anything with anyone, but at the same time I want to be like, you also shouldn't be friends or in close proximity with someone you don't trust. So where do you actually draw the line?
No, but scenario, if a guy you're dating says, complete scenario, I don't know anybody like this, scenario, he comes to you and he says to you like, I am insecure about my finances. I'm not where I'm supposed to be with my money, right? But I want to date you. I want to be with you. I want to grow with you. And then you say, don't worry, I got you. She said, that's not me. I said scenario. Wait, so if a guy doesn't have the right money? Okay. I'm not like go with your face. Okay, well. I can't laugh. I'm in too much pain online, Adi. Okay,
sorry. I don't know why you would pick that scenario on the internet.
I can't laugh. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Okay, but then that's my point is that though, like, she just told you I don't have money like that. And you say, no, babe, it's okay, yeah. And then you guys go out and it's time to pay the bill. One time you got it, 2 times you got it, 3 times you got it. But then sometimes it's like, okay, I got it every day. Then one day you get mad. You be like, I don't want to be with you, broke.
I don't got it.
No, you throw it back in his face and you say, well, I don't want to be with you because you're broke. But then it's like, but he told you that he doesn't have money in the beginning.
But people are just not honest with each other. That's why I'm
saying, but he told you in this scenario, he told you exactly. And you were okay with it. But then it annoyed you.
You're not okay with it.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. She's not honest. No, she was okay.
You. I said the scenario.
I was not honest. If I said yes, then I have to follow through. But if I didn't, and this is the thing, like from the beginning, people don't realize that actually, like, you're messing up from the beginning. From the beginning. In the beginning, you're messing up.
But he told you. He told you his vulnerable
but it's
side.
not okay. I'm not okay with it. So we had a couple of fun dates. We went bowling. Oh my God, you opened the door for me because that's what you can do. And then we did all of those things. And then, look, I'm not looking for a rich man, but
that was just a scenario. Yeah, what did I say? I said it's not a real thing. I just want the audience
not to think that I just don't want to create conflict like that. I don't want to be put in a situation where I have to be like, and I don't want you to feel it. Like I can already imagine. I can imagine the scenario. If I'm paying every day, a part of your man was dying every day. You know it. Like not me.
Yeah,
I can sit here and I can be okay with it.
But his man.
But there'll be some resentment. There'll be a time when I tell you I actually bought myself a Gucci bag and you'll be like,
why you
look at me sideways. So let's just stop beating around the bush. And I think that doesn't mean that you were a terrible person. Doesn't mean I want a rich person or whatever. But it means you have to be honest enough to say what you want. And depending on what stage of your life you're in. In my case, because of the age I'm at, the lifestyle I've built for myself and where I want, I couldn't accept that. Because I don't want to put the man in a position to feel less than me.
Yeah.
I don't want him to feel like he's always looking at me like, oh, she bought a Gucci bag. Like, meanwhile, I don't have it. Or she, is traveling to, I don't know, Timbuktu for 6 weeks and I can't even go to, I don't want that.
No, I don't want that.
I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. So as women, I feel like if we can offer spaces where they can be vulnerable and they can share, but make sure we don't chuck it back in their face because we're just honest from the beginning.
Yeah.
Keep it real, keep it honest.
Yeah.
And hold space.
Because
if you can't hold space, then it's better to let them know. And I feel like if more of us did that as women, if we took more responsibility and like said to men, like the men that we care about, that we can hold space for them, that they can share what they're feeling, that they can come to us and talk to us about stuff, and then stand true to not sharing their business, even with other girlfriends, even with other people, and be honest and be like available to handle the emotions. I think a lot more men would be more open to just being at peace with this type of situation and being at peace with like whatever happens, they have somewhere safe to like rest their head. And even if it's just friendship, even if it's, you know, like not even, doesn't have to be, because I think a lot of men wait until they're married and then they're secure and then they've got the woman to share. But it's like friendships should also have spaces where they can share, and like, you know, you should feel, I feel like there's so much against the man in the world that when he comes to a space that he's comfortable, there's no way that you could just only be laughing and having a good time with me and then we never speak about life. That's not fair. That's not a fair friendship, you know? So.
And the trusting each other to be able to share your deepest, darkest feelings.
Yeah.
So like as a man and as a woman, like that exchange should be very transparent. And it's like, I want you in the beginning. From the beginning to just like, if you're going through something like SOS, just, and even if we've been friends for a long time, just like remind each other and say, actually, I think let's just keep this thing, like you said, like your SOS, where you send, you know, a message and just say, come to me. If there's something that you're going through, come to me.
Let me know.
I may not be able to help, but at least
you've got a space, you know.
But for both, because both sides will feel trusted and they can rely on the other person.
Yeah, 100%. So, I think that's important.
Next is the dilemma, guys.
That, you know what? Can I tell you something about the dilemmas? Somebody messaged me the other day and she was like, your dilemmas are just the right level of like juicy, because she's like, it's not like inappropriate, but it's juicy. And I'm like, I think we can get a little bit more inappropriate, but one day. This dilemma. Hey ladies, I'm a 37-year-old man who lives in London and I have a dilemma. I am unmarried and my family wants me to hurry up and settle down. But the reality is that I'm really happy with the way my life is right now. I have a good routine. I'm a software engineer. Oh, money. He's a software engineer, babe. I live on my own and I play footy with the lads on Sunday. But everyone around me wants me to settle down and won't stop talking about it. Recently, my friend's wife said she wants to set me up with her friend and has even arranged for us to go on a date. But I'm not really interested. Should I just go on the date to save face, or should I just tell them up front I am not interested in dating anybody right now? What would Hoya say?
I can imagine maybe he's like career driven. Sounds like someone that maybe he's like a smart man, and so I think he's building something, you know, like you know, what's the worst that can happen? You have a nice meal and make a new friend.
Yeah.
Don't think of it, because, you know, good relationships sometimes come out from the unexpected places.
I know that. I like that. Mama will be like, ماشي فريسي. أفرتن بارتو خلينا talk. أفرتن بتقارد وانت بحبك مهري. Mama will be like, you're almost 40. Get up, stand up.
Stand up for your right.
That's that part. No,
Don't
but you know what?
Let them fool ya.
Do you know what though? I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah? Who does he remind you of? Me, babe.
You're not a software engineer.
No, you fish. Not that part. The part where he was
You're not a single unmarried man.
No, fish. The part where he was just like, I'm happy with the way I live my life and I don't really care. Like, I feel like that's very me. And everyone's always trying to like
I will stop you, and now you'll be like, oh yeah, you're right.
What?
No, because he said, I'm not interested in dating anyone, doesn't want to be in a relationship, and doesn't want to. You do. You've been manifesting since day one.
I mean, I don't look for it. It's just fine.
You're not looking for it, but you're manifesting it.
Yeah, but you see how like he's just enjoying his life? That's very much me. I'm really just enjoying life, but everybody keeps saying, you need to get married, you need to have kids, you need to get married, you need to have kids. I'm like, I don't care.
So you're a software engineer because nothing here.
Babe.
Software engineer.
No.
We'll share
can I say,
Instagram.
Can I just say, like, my advice for him isn't even to go on the date, because I don't like the idea of wasting somebody else's time if you're not interested. The girl has to go get ready. She has to put makeup on. She has to get her outfit. She has to do all this. No, don't waste your time. I'm sorry. I would say, like, honesty. My friend actually told me something the other day. Where's my phone? I actually forgot it. I wrote it down. He said it's kind to be clear. To be clear is kind. So to be direct is kind. It's better to be, hey, I'm not in that space right now. I don't want to waste your time and have your hopes up. Than to say, halas, I might as well do it because my friends are making me do it. For me, if I was the woman going on the date with this man, already my hopes are going to be a little bit high because I'm like, he's single, he's 37, he's got a good job, he's got his own place. Like, I'm already, even if I want to or don't, I'm already thinking about these things. Then I go on the date and he's like just there because his friends told him to go.
Listen, and for me, I think the honesty would begin when you arrive. Be like, I'm just here for the good food.
Then I would be pissed because I put makeup on and I did my hair.
That's you, and you shouldn't have come out.
But that's what I'm saying. Let's not waste each other's time. What happened to honesty? Let's keep it real.
Said honesty. I'm sitting in front of you. We're enjoying a great meal together.
Yeah, see, that's not helpful.
And then you know what? I'll bring some Jenga.
We'll
turn it into a game night.
Not the Jenga.
And then we tell everyone that it was love at first sight. And then we go for bowling.
Manal says,
and we just become really good friends. And then 5 years later, it's like, oh my God, I have the funniest story to tell you.
No, so Manal, you think he should go on the date?
Look, I don't know, but it sounds like something is happening. It sounds like his mom, like his family, his friends are concerned.
Yeah.
So for what it's worth, it sounds like someone is, and I'm thinking like along the lines of mental health. I think his family is just trying to get him to kind of like
get out there,
get out a little bit.
But that's why
a little good conversation doesn't hurt anyone.
That's what I'm saying. I think I kind of get him because really the reality of being in your own space and having your own peace is a real thing. Like genuinely, I think I have so much joy in like my own solitude and my own space and my routine that it's nice if I meet someone. It's nice if I'm dating. It's nice to go out for dinner. And then the fact that you go home, your own space. Why are you fighting with the sofa? That's also the nice part.
I moved a little bit. I don't know how I moved.
It's just out here shaking her ass. Okay, anyways. So yeah, in conclusion, I don't think you should go on the date. I think you should just do what you want to do. Manal said figure out. Go on it?
I think go. Okay. I think just go. I think you can be honest with her. So if you're in communication with her, just be like, look, I'm not looking to date, but like you go instead of dinner, do something fun.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
I'm just not interested in dating right now, but if people are trying to force us, then it is what it is.
It is what it is. Manal, what's like your key takeaway of this episode today before we wrap up? What do you think, if anybody was watching right now and wanted to know the importance of men's mental health, what would be like a key takeaway that you'd want them to kind of take away from this episode?
I would say don't feel ashamed to sit in the dark feelings. Don't feel ashamed to approach someone that is close to you and share with them exactly what you're feeling. I would say for men as well to create similar communities that women have for each other. So, and I think just talk about it.
Absolutely. I agree. I think I would just add to that just to be on the, like, for a lot of men, they don't have like spaces where they can talk to their female friends or talk to people that they love and respect. It's okay to cry. It's okay to not even just cry. I was asking one of my other friends the other day, I was like, when's the last time you had a hug? He was like, you man. I said, give me a hug. He was like, don't touch me. But we got there in the middle. Men don't hug. Because us women,
don't touch me.
Because
that's the pain.
Yeah. He's just like, listen, man. Because he's a man, you know? I was like, give me a hug, man. And literally, because us women, we're literally so affectionate. I can literally right now give Manal the biggest hug, give her the biggest kiss, sit on her lap, just everything, just affection. And we feel as she could do the same with me. But like, a guy can't do that to another guy. And even if he doesn't want to do it to another, he can't do it to like a female friend unless there's consent, which should always be consent. But it's like, even that, because people are going to think there's something happening. So then there's all these other things. Whereas my guy friends, I'm always like, listen, we're friends. There's a boundary. There's a line that's crystal clear. But if you just need a hug, I got you. If you just need a place to rest your head, I got you. Like that little bit of like, you know, I actually have one of my friends whose father passed away in October last year. And then I saw him and he was just like, everyone just kept on giving him, you know, that when men do that, they come and they just hit them on the chest. And then I just gave him a hug and he just like laid his head here and he just like cried. And I was like, let it out. Like, you just lost your father. You're not supposed to be like the man of the house now. And he just like was bawling and he is like, I haven't really cried like that in years. The same friend, by the way, who said SOS, talking on Sunday. But sometimes they just need that. They just need that like space where it's platonic. There's nothing else needed. This is just that like, hey, I got you, you know?
I to be fair, I can relate to that. I think because it can be exhausting. And I think sometimes I can relate to men. But even when I hug. But I think when I see someone that's a little bit more like sadder than me or
I love a good hug
a little bit deeper. But when I get hugged, I let go.
You let go.
So I hug. If you notice, even the last time because if you hold me tighter, that's it. It'll take another 1 to 2 hours. I will need to let it out. So in order not to let go of like the feelings, I'll hold on. And then
you like sit.
It's almost like that hug. And then I want to get out, but then you hold back in. That second, like, no, stay in there. I'd be like, because then you feel,
let it go.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
I love a good hug. Oh my goodness. And then I love when someone gives a good hug. Like, I'm not going to say his name, but you know, tomorrow's thing.
Yeah.
You know, the Abu Dhabi one, not my one, the other one. When he gives a hug, it's all the muscles. It's all, I love his hugs. I want to miss
I have a friend of mine. He's so lovely.
Teddy bear.
But yeah, such a beautiful person. He's like the perfect gentleman. The just warm and caring, always hugs with intention, always like present with so much intention.
Sometimes you just need that. So more hugs.
Such a good man, you know.
I don't know where the Italian accent came from, but I'm here for it. So in conclusion, guys, really check in on your male friends. Give as many hugs to each other as you can. The love is always there. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. As always, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And we shall see you guys in the next episode.
Be kind to each other.
Please. And
thank you guys. And
that is it.